It started off with firstly me being one of my dreams to actually own a recording studio, a record label, and also just some way be involved with music on a global level, impact people with that. Me going off to study audio engineering in New York City, I would say, one of the first to actually dive into that from a small island of St. Lucia, and jump into the real music industry. I jumped into that, learned how to create music properly, and learned audio engineering because I went to school for that. And during that time, I realized that most of the times that we were learning in school, it was generally we would stay in a classroom and learn most of the stuff, and we only got a chance to jump into the actual studio in the last semester. So one of the concepts that I thought would be interesting and unique to the whole music technology and learning of that would be to build a studio and actually teach music technology inside of that studio. So I brought that concept back to St. Lucia as a way of just giving back to St. Lucia and showing them that they can have access to that. And also, I know St. Lucia is a very tourism is our main industry, and so we have all these A-list celebrities that come to St. Lucia. They need to know that we have a facility that's great enough for them to make music on. We offer a range of programs. It's all based on my old school with a few different things that I've decided to tweak. So you learn from the basics of digital audio, what is sound, and then you dive right into the electronics and how to get it from the instrument into the computer. So you learn the basics of digital audio, you learn mixing, mastering, recording, you learn the instruments themselves on a technical level, not really theoretically on how to play an instrument, but you learn how to record it, how is the sound made from that instrument. And I think the most important is they learn Pro Tools, HD, which is the state-of-the-art recording program that everyone uses. You know, what's better than actually learning the program that Beyonce records on? It's been overwhelming when people see the facility, see the space. Instantly they're drawn to it. They feel inspired that they can actually create music in there, and also the kids love it because they've never been in a professional recording studio. I didn't have that when I was younger, so I think that alone, as soon as you get into that room, it inspires you and you want to learn. So absolutely, I've been overwhelmed by the amount of people who've reached out to me, who constantly reach out to me from the day we started in 2016 till now. They still want to, be a part of it. For the growth of the Academy, I would say music marketing is done with just the kids from the start. I mean, the kids, they pass it on to their friends. They're kind of ambassadors for the Airborne Academy. When they wear their T-shirts, they all got T-shirts when they join. All these little things help market the Academy on a whole. Of course, social media and the usual suspects always play a role in terms of that. For me, personally, with my musical journey, it's always been me doing projects that people see that are out on the top 40 charts or whatever, and then people reach out to me. That's kind of how it goes. It's sort of like your credit history tells it all. So networking is the most important thing, hands down. I do want to define what that is to me, because I think that networking is not just going out and showing your face at an event. It's more of like nurturing an actual relationship with someone. And so when I network, and I guess that's why it's so important to me, is I build an honest relationship with someone, and that kind of grows into something bigger, and then it's a more meaningful relationship, so that when we do embark on a project, it's naturally it's going to be successful because we have that bond and chemistry from the get-go. So that, I think, that's the important thing when I think of networking. That propelled the academy, just even the build of the place. It's me and my team and these industry professionals were people that I met along my journey, and we became so close. We were able to build this place together. We were able to do projects together. Like, all of these things are important in the growth of the academy. Standards also needs to be broken down too. It's not just the sound of the music, but it's also the space. That's a standard in itself, because just being in a creative space allows you to make music that you probably never would have made if you just lay down in a bedroom. Of course, not to say that that's not successful. You do have people who make great music that way, but being in a different space where the colors and the size of the room sort of trigger something in the artist, like that is what I consider a standard also. Also, the person behind the technology and the equipment, because that person with the knowledge and experience is able to do something different with the sound. That's also what I consider a standard. So that in itself, when all these pieces to the puzzle are put together, that's when you can compete globally. If not, I mean, these people you're competing with, they have teams upon teams that work together to get them to where they're getting. So the standard, meaning the sound, the person behind the sound, the space, all of these things are, the most important thing also in competing outside. First, the academy. All the students who joined the academy went off to do something really great, and I wouldn't say went off because they still make music right here. We have 2 of them who won the STEM program, and that was against the entire Eastern Caribbean. So they won that program. I have one who created the music for Half, one of the Denry songs. Denry segment songs. I have one who jumped into the groovy soca scene, and he's the son of a legendary calypsonian. All of them, in their own special way, have made me proud, and the Airborne Academy very proud, because they've gone off to do great things. So that's been something that I've been extremely proud about. Personal success is still, I believe, still propels the Airborne Academy success. Recently, I can start from all of the soca music that Marshall Montano is doing. We were working on that. So from Marshall Montano to building a recording studio in California for the Sacramento Kings at the Golden One Center. We built that studio there. To going on tour with Believe Brown, which is my friend and artist of mine. We toured the entire US. We had a #1 song on college radio, top 40 in Europe. So all of these were great, successful moments. You can go to the airborneacademy.com. That has all the information. It's been newly updated with some new announcements on it, so you can check that out. The Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at the ABASLU.